A way to show devotion to the Church was to build grand cathedrals and other structures such as monasteries. Cathedrals were the largest buildings in medieval Europe, and they could be found at the center of towns and cities across the continent. After the decline of the Roman Empire, the building of cathedrals in Western Europe gradually gained momentum. This is the time in Europe when there was a change in culture, religion, and intellect. The changes were influenced by intensive study of classical text and creative adaptation to the new Christian culture. One of the changes was grammatical studies that was revived and often taught in cathedral schools. This change in literature led to many Latin poems being written. Between the 10th and 13th century, most European cathedrals were built in the Romanesque style, meaning descended from Roman. These cathedrals were solid and substantial, giving the sense of permanence. They had rounded monastery arches and barrel vaults supporting the roof, thick stone walls, and few windows. The largest groups of remaining Romanesque structures are located in parts of southern France, northern Spain, and rural Italy. Around 1200, church builders began to embrace a new architectural style. Gothic structures, such as the Abbey Church of Saint Denis in France, have huge stained glass windows, pointed vaults and arches, spires, and flying buttresses. In contrast to heavy Romanesque buildings, Gothic architecture seemed to be almost weightless. Medieval religious art took other forms as well. Mosaics decorated church interiors, and artists painted devotional images of the Virgin Mary, Jesus, and the saints. Cathedrals were more than just places of worship. They were great buildings of information, knowledge, and history. The walls of the cathedral often tell stories that are missed or left out of books. The basic shape of a church or cathedral was a cross. Construction always began at the east end of the cathedral, but it was the west end that functioned as the important entrance. The west entrance symbolized the gate to heaven, and was often decorated with the most elaborate design and artistic effort. The towers were often built with many arches and windows to allow the light to come through. Cathedrals held an important role in the lives of the clergy and nobility. The lives of the middle and lower classes revolved around the local cathedral or church. A local cathedral wasn't only a place of worship, but a town symbol to the world of the strong faith of its townspeople. The cathedral belonged to all the people. The finished church symbolized their doorway to heaven. Even though the Romanesque and Gothic architecture seem extremely different, all cathedrals and churches were built for the same reason: to glorify God.